This is lesson 23 for course 1, ratio. So when you're looking at ratio, you're looking at comparing two different things. So for example, a team lost 3 games and won 7 games. What was the win to loss ratio? Now, win to loss, so that tells you in which way you're going to place the numbers. And then of course up here tells you what your numbers are. So they won 7 games. So that's our first number. So they won 7 games. They lost 3. So they have a ratio of 7 to 3. Win-loss ratio. Win ratio of 7, win of 7, losses of 3. 7 to 3, win-loss ratio. That's all that ratio is you take your two numbers and place them in the correct places. Top is your first, bottom is your second. Win, loss, win, loss. Let's look at a slightly different problem. So in this question, we have in a class of 28 students, there are 13 boys. What is the ratio of boys to girls? So the ratio we want is boys to girls, which means our top number is going to be boys, our bottom number is going to be girls. Here's a problem. We know what our boys number is, 13 boys. So our top number, our 13, is boys, but we don't know what the girls is because 28 is the whole class. So first we need to figure out what is left for the girls. So we need to do 28, take away 13 to find out what is left over once we take out the boys. 8 take away 3 is 5, 2 take away 1 is 1. So we have 15. So 15 girls. So we have a ratio of 13 to 15 boys to girls. Top is boys, bottom is girls. And we had to do this step over here to find our girls to make sure we had the right numbers. Let's take a look at another one. So now we're going to take a look at a second thing. Now we're going to take a look at rate. So that was the first part of the lesson was ratio. If you need to go back and look at it, you can. The second part is for rate. So for rate, we are looking at being able to measure how much something would be able to go over an amount of time. On example, for rate, on a bike trip, Jimmy rode 60 miles in 4 hours. What was his average speed in miles per hour? So what we do is we take, because we want miles per hour, and we know 4 hours was 60. So we want to break that 60 up into groups so we can look at what's in one of the groups instead of all 4 hours. So to do that, we're going to take 60 and we're going to divide it by 4. So 4 goes into 6 0 times. 4 goes into 60, or sorry, 4 goes into 6 once, which is 4, subtract, equals 2. Bring down the 0. 4 goes into 20 5 times, which is 20. And I'm not going to continue because we know that 4 into 20 goes evenly. So 15 times, which means I have, remember our relationships between multiplication and division. So this means that 4 times 15 equals 60. So 4 groups of 15 is 60, which means that for 1 hour, it takes 15, it is 15 miles per hour. Okay, that is question 1. Okay, I've taken my miles and my hours, I divided them to get individual hour, and I have over here the individual hour is 15 miles in that 1 hour. So let's read this question. Mr. Moscow's car averages 32 miles per gallon. On the highway, predict about how far he can expect to travel on a road trip using 10 gallons of fuel. So for 32 miles is 1 gallon. Okay, so 32 miles equals 1 gallon. We want to know what 10 gallons will be. To do that, we need to multiply. Because what it is we could do repeated addition. We could do, okay, if 1 gallon is 32 miles, then we could go 32 plus 32 plus 32 plus 32 plus 32 plus 32 plus 32 10 times. Or we can multiply, because remember, repeated addition is multiplication. 32 times 10, all I'm doing is moving my decimal place over 1, which gives me 320. So he can get 320 miles approximately on 10 gallons. That is rate. You are taking what numbers you need and you are either multiplying to see how long you can go or dividing to see how much each individual piece of your groups was. That is lesson 23, ratio and rate for course 1.